It's a grey, rainy November day, and right there's already raindrops on the lens. I've come out to West London to the HS2 site at Old Oak Common. This is the brand new mega hub station that's being built behind me, and we're going for a tour.
This is the new interchange station which will serve the HS2 line alongside Crossrail and GWR services. And it's going to be a hugely impressive mega hub station that links up all these lines. The station box is currently being constructed, which is what we're here to look at today. They're over halfway through with it, and we'll also see what else is happening on the site.
So as I said, the box structure itself is about 900 metres in length. We've got around 700,000 metres cubed of soil coming out of the box in order to create what will be the subsurface high-speed station. That material is going onto this conveyor system. So what we do is we load that material into the muck bin and then over the day gradually load the conveyor system. As I said, our key target is next summer. We need to have completed the excavation of the high-speed station box by next summer, because that conveyor will have to be decommissioned, demolished, so we can then progress with the next phase.
And we're off for a tour down into the giant box which they're digging, where the platforms for HS2 will be.
So it's slightly rainy, slightly wet. We're heading for the box, the east box, as the sign said back there, which is the box in the ground where 6 HS2 platforms will be underground with the roof over the top, so I don't think there'll be any natural daylight. The GWR and Liz line platforms, 8 of them will be to the side, but we're heading for the box. There might be raindrops on the lens, by the way, for which I apologise. I cannot do anything about the weather. Sorry. Hugh, we've got a new access road being built. Can you point this out to us?
Absolutely, 100%. Just to my left here, this is the new access point into the newly created complex. So it's currently small gate off Old Oak Common Lane for construction. That gets sealed, and all the traffic, pedestrian and vehicle traffic, will come down through this new ramp. We're starting to form here, and that will be the format, that will be the main or the only primary access from this end into the station complex. It's also probably worth noting that currently at the bottom end of Old Oak Common Lane we have a low headroom single-decker bridge.
Oh, this is where you're lowering the road?
Absolutely.
The TfL can only, at the moment, what's the bus route? Can only run single-deckers?
Absolutely, single-deckers, and actually that's no use to anybody once we've opened this massive transport hub.
Yes.
So as part of the scheme, what we'll do is we can't raise the bridge. Why? Because it carries the Great Western Main Line.
Right, yeah.
If you tried raising that by 2.5 metres, we'd start at Paddington, we'd finish at Swindon in terms of feathering it out.
You've got to lower the road?
You've got it. The road that goes down by 2.5 metres, not a problem, except there's 19 utilities in it.
Wow.
So every one of those will come out of the road, sterilise what's there, and then lower the road by 2.5 metres.
You plan in advance so that TfL can then go, great, now we can run a double-decker service along this route. That's quite a lot of forward planning.
Right? That's all part of the integrated transport setup, which underpins what we're doing.
Okay, all right. There's some raindrops on the lens, by the way. Could you just get your finger and just wipe the lens from it? Thanks. Like, we'll call them Hue wipers. Thanks, Hugh.
Here, you look right down the job towards central London. So you see all of our tower cranes, our 8 tower cranes. These tower cranes you see, these are the small ones. We will replace these within 18 months with 3 what we call heavy lifters. Those will be the 3 that create the structure, create the actual station building itself, and place the roof on top. So they can't be done by this size of crane, so this is purely for creating the civil engineering box.
Those are small cranes?
Correct.
They look pretty big to me.
They're not as big as the ones you'll see in 2 years.
Okay.
You'll have to come back.
We'll come back.
We'll
come back in 2 years. All right.
Okay then, time to walk down the steps and head inside the box.
We definitely seem to have entered a box-like structure. We came down those steps. Big concrete box. So we came down 7 metres to an intermediate level, and then a further 12 metres to this level, which is where they say the platforms and tracks will be. By my maths, 7 plus 12 is 19, so we're at 19 metres down. That's how deep the HS2 tracks and platforms will be. Wow, so much rain on the lens. We've met Alistair before at other construction sites. You're here again.
Everybody.
I almost didn't recognise you in your PPE.
Thanks, guys.
This is very impressive. What were you just saying off camera?
So this is what we call a top-down construction method, and this is really interesting because usually you would build the walls first and then excavate out all the material and then put the roof on the top. But here they've done it the other way around. They've basically built the roof first then sunk the walls, the concrete walls down into the ground,
Okay.
and then come along later and dug out the ground from inside. Almost like discovering the building as you sort of excavate from inside.
And as this was an organised site visit for press, it didn't take me long to bump into a familiar face.
Now, back in February 2019, when I was still making videos for the Londonist channel, I hopped along here with my good friend and colleague, Mr. Matt Brown, and we made this old video. It's in the corner. Watch the video of what the site was like then. Matt's here today. Do you remember 4 years ago? It's almost 5 years ago.
It is before COVID.
Pre-COVID, right?
Wow, the difference is incredible, isn't it? I mean, this box was not here. It was just a muddy field.
Yep.
Maybe the odd digger or two, but maybe the odd shovel. But there was nothing like this, and all this steel and the rebar and everything. It's quite mind-blowing.
Rebar stands for reinforcement bar, and there is a lot of it about. There's also going to be a lot of lifts, 52 and 48 escalators, which I asked Sam about.
So we expect 250,000 passengers every day coming through Old Oak Common, and those lifts and escalators will fundamentally serve high-speed 2 passengers right here in the box where we are standing now, and they'll go up into the station and have the opportunity then to either leave via the front of the station or go across to the conventional station where they'll be able to catch an Elizabeth line train or a Great Western train as well.
Yeah, remember when we all marvelled at the scale of the Elizabeth line? Well, HS2 and Old Oak Common is bigger.
The posh word I like to use instead of saying enormous is capacious. It's a word I've used before, I will use it again, and I'm using it now. If I go wide, everything about HS2 is just being done on an enormously large scale. We actually never made it to the east box because we can't get down that way, so I should correct myself and say we're in the west box. But can you see, I'll do a cutaway, this shape behind me there, that's where the wall has been set for the TBM, the tunnel boring machine, to come through. It's going to break through here. I'm standing in the spot right now where the line, the track will come through, right here. It's like what, Matt?
It's like the Alien. You know the Alien where the thing comes out of its mouth, it's an inner mouth. Well,
It's like the Alien.
I don't even know what it's called, but this sort of soil lifter uppery thing.
It's a grabber.
Grabber, is that thing? Well, it's like the Alien. It really is. You watch it when it comes back down. It's quite special. Watch the speed this thing goes at. Here it goes.
It seemed like we'd walked quite a long way in the box so far, but then Hugh pointed out that we'd only just got to the platforms.
So you'll have seen till now all the beams that prop open the box are all rectangular, a decent material, but not the fine finish and architectural finish that we see below us on the right here. Reason? We've now entered the station zone. 850 metre long box, 400 metre length platforms. So the 2 end parts are purely service rooms, machine rooms, heavy plant rooms, etc. The station area, the station platforms are in the central part, and that's where we see the architectural beams behind me here begin to appear.
There was then talk about 2 TBMs being installed to head east towards Euston. So back on the viewing gallery, I also asked about what was happening with the rest of HS2 towards Euston.
We are funded to construct the east end of the box at Old Oak Common and build a 6 metre diameter access tunnel that cuts into that box. That east end box is almost complete, so it'll be complete by the weekend. That access tunnel, 6 metre diameter, that cuts into it, it's called the Atlas Road Logistics Tunnel.
Right.
That will cut in probably just before Christmas or just after Christmas. Then, during next year, during 2024, we will drop 2 tunnel boring machines into that end of the box in readiness for tunnelling in 2026 when funding's available. So that is the plan.
That's it. Thank you much. Thanks for your time today.
No problems.
It's a great site. Very impressed by the safety measures as well. Hugh kept pointing out all the safety measures as we were going around, so I didn't get any on camera, but I was very impressed by all the safety measures. So thanks.
Thank you.
All right. See you at the next thing.
Press like, comment, or subscribe.
Tell him to say that.
Time to set up my camera one more time and shoot the wrap-up.
Thank you, Stu. That is the HS2 Old Oak Common Station, this huge mega hub station being built out here in West London. See you next time. Thanks for watching.